Check. Yeah, buddy. Ask mommy.
And now, Mike's thoughts.
Man Hour Nation, let me be crystal clear. Clear as we possibly can about this whole NFL rigged situation. Guys, the NFL is not rigged, period. This conspiracy carousel has spun out for way too long. And at this point, it's just background noise. For the people who can't accept outcomes that they don't like, bad calls happen because the refs are human. Not because there's some shadowy script tucked inside of Roger Goodell's desk at like a WWE storyline. It's not rigged. If the NFL were rigged, you're telling me the league would choose blown calls, missed penalties, and controversial finishes that make officials the villains each and every single week? That doesn't help rankings. It doesn't help anything. That doesn't help the credibility. That doesn't help anyone to accept the folks that framing the engagement with grenadine screenshots and red circles. Game swings on executions, missed blocks, drop passes, bad reads, poor coaching decisions, clock mismanagement. That would make middle school JV coach wince. It's easier to yell rigged than to admit that your team got outplayed, outcoached, or flat out didn't show up. And here's the kicker. If it were rigged, players would talk. Coaches would leak. Former refs would sing. You can't keep thousands upon thousands of competitors, staffs, agents, and executives quiet in a salary cap league with free agency, ego, and microscopes everywhere. Secrets don't survive locker rooms. So let's retire the tinfoil helmets. Debate the calls, criticize the refs, demand accountability. That's all fair. But screaming rigged every time a flag flies is lazy, loud, and flat out wrong. Football is chaos. That is the beauty of it. Stop trying to turn into this soap opera and start watching the football game. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw, steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off, get it hype. This man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation? Welcome to Man Hour NFL Talk, your go-to spot for live, raw, uncut NFL talk. Guys, I'm so glad you're rolling with us today. Guys, before we jump into today's action, head over to manhourradio.com. That's where you find all the exclusive merchandise, the fresh vlogs, and everything happening with the Man Hour show. Guys, if you're rocking the Man Hour, that's the spot to rep it. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, of course, subscribe so remember it's a live, interactive show. That is the easiest way to stay plugged in with us. But if you want the full Man Hour experience, guys, become a Picks and Pundit. That is our members-only community where you get free entry into weekly NFL pick'ems, giveaways, exclusive merchandise, and bonus live streams that only the Picks and Pundits get. So, guys, if you want that next level access, join the squad today. Now, remember, this is an interactive show, so comment down below. I want to hear your hot takes, your opinions, and your thoughts. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, Mr. Old Man River. He says, what is up, Man Hour Nation? What is good, Old Man River? What is good? What is good? What is good? Francis Gilawazia says, hey. And he said something in Japanese as well. What is up? What is up? What is up? I see my man Jim over here on the Facebook page. For some reason, Jim, your comments are not coming through. But Jim basically said the NFL is not rigged. Tell me how Goldberg and Brock Lesnar were sent to make sure they follow the script. Also, Steve Michaels shadowed Ric Flair for pointers. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Hopefully those Facebook comments start coming over to our main stream here. And we got, hey, bro. And then Anthony Hicks says, hey, what is up? Anthony Hicks as well. We got Electro Restoration in the chat today. He says, howdy, y'all. What is up, Electro? Long time no see, brother. Long time no see. But guys, if you have not been here for a while, it has been said, it is now official. We are now putting things together. I want you guys to know, the picks and pundits already know this, guys, but we'll be doing an NFL pregame show next season. So all 2026 NFL season, we'll be doing a live show Sunday mornings, NFL pregame. We will be covering 8 teams. That's 7, 8 teams. We will be covering the Dallas Cowboys each and every week. We'll be covering the Green Bay Packers each and every week, the Detroit Lions, the Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders, Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots, and the Cleveland Browns. We'll be breaking down all 8 of those teams each and every week, breaking down their games, key matchups, storylines, breaking down film, along with fantasy advice and injury reports as well. We got all that coming, guys, next season. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, because we will be doing a test run this summer on that. So make sure you guys are a part of that. And guys, do exactly what John says. He's a pigskin pundit.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
He says be sure to hit the like button, hit the share button. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that, John. But guys, the Super Bowl is set. We do have the New England Patriots taking on the Seattle Seahawks. If anybody in their right mind picked this Super Bowl to happen back in April, May, June, or July, I am going to just say that you're full of shit. Nobody anticipated this to happen. Nobody thought the New England Patriots were going to be good. Sorry, Bruins prod. It just nobody thought that. Nobody thought the Seattle Seahawks. Now, we thought they were going to be decent, make a run potentially, but nobody thought that they were going to be a 14, 15, 16 win team this season, especially with Sam Darnold at the helm. But both those teams have officially made it to the NFL Super Bowl LX, Super Bowl 60, which is in 2 weeks, February 8th. So, guys, we got a little bit of lull, but not so much a lull for the Buffalo Bills. Guys, the Buffalo Bills have officially named their guy. The Buffalo Bills have officially got their new head coach. Guys, the Buffalo Bills have a new head coach, but it's still a familiar face in the building. Joe Brady is the guy. A 5-year deal, fully committed deal, full belief, and make no mistake about it, guys, this is no panic hire. This is a bet on continuity, leadership, and a quarterback in his prime. Guys, let's get into this hire, because the Buffalo Bills promote offensive coordinator Joe Brady to head coach, replacing Sean McDermott after that gut punch loss to the Denver Broncos in the AFC divisional round just a couple weeks ago. Sean McDermott, his run deserves respect. Let's just call it spade a spade. He had a great 9-season run, 8 playoff appearances. He helped change the culture in Buffalo, but culture only gets you so far when the Super Bowl window is wide open and frustration keeps boiling over, and boiling over. You can only put a wooden spoon over the boiling pot so many times before it just doesn't work anymore. And according to their owner, that overtime loss to the Denver Broncos made it clear. The emotion in the locker room, the look on Josh Allen's face, that told them everything that they needed to know. This wasn't about a wins or losses anymore. It was about a direction. And here is why I feel that this move makes a little bit of sense, right? Since Joe Brady took over the offense back in Week 11 in 2023, the Buffalo Bills have had the best offense in football. Not good, not top 5, the best. Best record in the NFL, first in EPA per play, second in points per game, nearly 30 points a night. 9 games scoring 30-plus points, tied for most in the NFL. That's not noise. That is a trend. Josh Allen wins his first MVP back in 2024. James Cook leads the league in rushing in 2025. The offense sets franchise records with 525 points and 65 touchdowns. That's not accidental. That's flat-out Joe Brady design. This is the key piece right here. Josh Allen was very much involved in the coaching search. Let me say that again. The franchise quarterback sat in on interviews and helped hire Joe Brady. And when your quarterback is turning 30, squarely in his prime, coming off an MVP season, you listen. You do not ignore his voice. Allen had been vocal about Joe Brady, calling him positive, called him energetic, called him real. That relationship matters more than scheme on a whiteboard. Now, this wasn't just about offense. Brandon Beede made it clear. This is a CEO job. Leadership, managing adversity, handling conflict, owning the room. Joe Brady checked all those boxes. At 36 years old, he has already been an offensive coordinator twice, coached a historic LSU offense, worked under Sean Payton, and earned trust inside multiple buildings. He's young, yes, but he's not green, not wet behind the ears. And the Buffalo Bills weren't locked into hiring their offensive guy either. This wasn't forced. This was earned. I believe this hire tells you one thing loud and clear. The Buffalo Bills are all in on Josh Allen. No physiological tug of war. No defensive first identity overriding the offense. No more trying to balance eras. This team is choosing momentum. This team chooses to maximize the years they have right now, not preserve what has worked 5 years ago. Joe Brady isn't being hired to rebuild the Buffalo Bills. He's being hired to finish the job. The floor stays high. The ceiling says even higher. And if this works out, the Buffalo Bills just didn't find a new head coach. They found their next era. But, Man Hour Nation, let me ask you this question. Do you think promoting Joe Brady was the right move? Or should the Bills have gone outside the building for a completely fresh start? Comment down below. I want to hear from you because this is a live, interactive show. Guys, just remember, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time right here, youtube.com/Man Hour. So let's get into the comments, guys, and discuss your thoughts. Electro Race Racing says it's 2015 all over again. Electro Race Racing refreshed my memory of that because I did not really start watching the Buffalo Bills at all until I started doing Man Hour back in 2022. So for the last 3 seasons, that is when I really started to dive into the Buffalo Bills mindset. What happened back in 2015? Was it the hiring of Sean McDermott? Is that what you're referring to? Because if that is true, if you're saying, hey, this is 2015 all over again, they had a nice 8-9 year run with Sean McDermott. Pretty good talent, pretty good coaching. Hell, Brian Daboll came up through the ranks, got a head coaching job. Now he's back in offensive coordinator again, but we digress from that. But the simple fact of the matter is, like, what do you mean by that? Like, I am very much confused of what you are referring to 2015. Click the wrong button. My apologies. Get back over here to this screen. And French is the guy. It says, okay, I subbed. I mean, I appreciate it. I don't know what you're. Is this Mandarin? Is it Japanese? Is it Chinese? Japanese? I don't know. Is it Australian? I don't read hieroglyphics or whatever they're called. My bad, buddy. But guys, the Buffalo Bills officially have their guy. It is Joe Brady. And there's another coach that has found their home. There's another team that has found their new offensive coordinator, and that is the Tennessee Titans. Titans fans, buckle up, because the Tennessee Titans might be lining up to be the most interesting coordinator hires of this off season. Brian Daboll is heading to Nashville. He could be heading to Nashville, we should say. And depending on how the Raider situation plays out, this move could quietly shape the next 2 seasons of the Tennessee Titans football. So let's talk about it. Now, according to ESPN, the Titans are set to hire former Giants head coach Brian Daboll as their offensive coordinator, coincidentally on him not landing the Raiders head coaching job. So basically, if he doesn't get the head coaching job in Las Vegas, he will be the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. Daboll just wrapped up his second interview with Vegas, but if that door closes, Tennessee is ready to pounce. And if this happens, Brian Daboll would join a staff led by new head coach Robert Saleh, who was officially hired back on January 20th. Yes, that same Robert Saleh that crossed paths with Daboll back when Daboll was coaching with the Giants and Saleh was running the Jets. There's familiarity there, and that matters. Now, let's not try to rewrite history, right? Brian Daboll is not some random coordinator retread. He is the 2022 Coach of the Year. He's a 24-year coaching veteran, a guy who helped mold Josh Allen into the MVP level quarterback that he is. And before the New York Giants went sideways, Brian Daboll was widely respected as one of the league's best offensive minds. He coached Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Josh Allen, Tua, Jalen Hurts, and most recently, even Jackson Dart. Quarterbacks follow him, and quarterbacks improve under him. That's a huge selling point because Cam Ward. This is where it gets interesting for Tennessee. Cam Ward is very much a project. He is an investment, and he could potentially be the future if trained properly. Cam Ward threw for over 3,000 yards last season, the most ever by a rookie in Tennessee Titans history. 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Not perfect, but very promising. Cam Ward thrived in a college using RPO concepts, and here's the key to that stat. The Giants ranked 4th in the NFL in RPO usage last season at 12.6%. That's not a coincidence. That's Brian Daboll. His version of the Earnhardt-Perkins system mixed concept, base passing, play action, and vertical shots. That fits Cam Ward's sets almost perfectly. If Brian Daboll lands in Tennessee, this offense finally gets an identity. Now let's slow everyone down here for 1 second. Let's take a deep breath in Tennessee and Nashville. Even if this hire happens, even if Brian Daboll unlocks Cam Ward, even if the offense looks better than last season, the Titans are not even close. This roster has holes everywhere. Offensive line, receiver depth, defense, overall talent, kicker, punter. No matter what the Titans do, this is not a 1-year fix. Hell, this is not a 2-year fix. This is a 3, 4. This is a 3 full season rebuild in Tennessee. They're going to need 2 full seasons to even have a real chance of the AFC South. That is the truth. And Titans fans need to hear it. They need to understand that. General management, ownership needs to understand that. Hiring Brian Daboll is a very, very smart move, or it would be a smart move. It's not a flashy one, but it's not a shortcut, but it's smart. He gives Cam Ward structure, confidence, and real development plan. With that being said, though, if this doesn't work out, if Brian Daboll does not go to Tennessee and Cam Ward finds a scusi of an offensive coordinator, we are seeing the Chicago Bears 2.0 all over again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to manhourradio.com, click on the Man Hour Bible, and read it. Understand what the Chicago Bears are. But Man Hour Nation, do you believe Brian Daboll is the right guy to develop Cam Ward, or do the Titans need a completely fresh offensive voice? Comment down below, and let's talk about it, because this is a live, interactive show. Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday. Now, let's get into the comments. Electro Restoration says the Titans have a better shot with Brian Daboll now. I don't know why New York was so set up Brian was the main problem. So, when you look at the New York Giants, structurally, they needed a fall guy, right? They needed a fall guy. And Brian Daboll was it. Now, I think the reason why Joe Schoen did not get the axe in New York is because he ultimately got the credit for drafting Malik Neighbors. He got the credit for drafting Jackson Dart. He got the credit for drafting Cam Scabado, right? He got the credit for bringing in Brian Thibodeau, right? Burns, right? He got that credit. So when ownership sees, man, we got a pretty good roster, man, but this talent is not matching the roster, ultimately is going to be the head coach. He was the fall guy. And the reason why they got him out so quickly was because they saw success in Washington in 2024. They saw success in Chicago. They saw success in the Dallas Cowboys this season. They see the Philadelphia Eagles gaining ground, like making the separation bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why Brian Daboll ultimately got the axe. And honestly, I thought he should have got the axe last season, because it seems like he lost the locker room a lot last season. Not this 2025 NFL season, but 2024 NFL season. That's why I think that has officially happened. With that being said, if this is a big if, Brian Daboll goes to Tennessee Titans as the offensive coordinator. Honestly, if I am Brian Daboll right now, I do not take a head coaching job anywhere. Not the Browns, not the Raiders. Who else is open? Not the Cardinals, not any of those. Because if you fail on 2 teams back-to-back as a head coach, there's no future for you. Let's just be honest about it. There's no future for you moving forward. If he goes to Tennessee, let's say Cam Ward, if he's a starter, it could be Will Levis, right? Whoever that quarterback is for the Tennessee Titans next season, and Brian Daboll is the offensive coordinator. If that happens and they have a 4,000 yard season, and the Tennessee Titans just have a 6 or 7 win season even, Brian Daboll is going to get a lot of credit. There's going to be a lot of teams calling for his leadership and presence at their next team. Because honestly, think about this. Electoral Restorations, Bruins Pride, I see you, Jim, John, the rest of the picks and pundits out there. If you think about this, the head coaching opportunities that are open right now, Arizona Cardinals, quarterback blunder, cap disaster. Do you really want to go there? Las Vegas Raiders, you have a lot of cap. You have 2 good players, maybe 3. Do you really want to go there? You still got to deal with Tom Brady and Mark Davis. Do you really want to deal with that? Let's think about here. The Cleveland Browns. Literally everybody that has interviewed with the Cleveland Browns have pulled their names out of the hat. Like, what is going on? Hell, I actually just saw a interview on, I think it was Bussin' with the Boys or something like that. They said that the Cleveland Browns are using some mathematical equation, algorithmic AI situation to narrow down their coaching situation. They've been doing that for the last 10, 20 years. Clearly that's not working, but yet here they are doing the same thing. So nobody wants to go to Cleveland. Brian Daboll's best shot is to go to Tennessee, become an offensive coordinator, develop Cam Ward or Will Levis or whoever the quarterback is moving forward, give him a 4,000 yard season, 6-7 wins tops, bada bing, bada boom. You can go wherever you want next season. There's going to be a lot of coaching jobs that are probably going to be open next season. The Jets going to be a lot of upset people if they go bad again. There are going to be some hot seat coaches out there. I'm going to put the Houston Texans out there as well. Whoever the Miami Dolphins coach is, like, there's going to be a lot of hot seats out there. So yes, Bruins Prod is in the chat. He says Drake Maye to the Super Bowl, baby. And I said, slow it down. Bruins Prod, look at the rundown over here on the left side of the screen. We got the Bills' new head coach, Texans OC, the Pro Bowl. We're talking about the Pro Bowl next. Then we got the Broncos offseason, and then Lamar, and then Sam Darnold, and then Drake Maye. So we gonna be talking about your Drake Maye. We gonna be talking about that. Francis says, I keep watching your life. I love it. Okay, thank you. Thanks you. You're not really watching my life, but yeah, thanks, buddy. He says, how about that first round out? I was wrong about that. I was wrong. Bruins Prod, you are 100% right, man. I was wrong about your New England Patriots. I thought the Chargers were going to put up a little bit of a fight. Granted, let's call a spade a spade. The Chargers did put up a good fight against the New England Patriots in the first round. Drake Maye played like dog poo-poo till what, about the midway through the third quarter? I mean, granted, he has not played. We need to slow it down. We're going to talk about Drake Maye in Overreaction Tuesday, right? We're going to talk about Drake Maye on Overreaction Tuesday. So slow it down, Buck. Slow it down, baby. Oh, man, Rivers a picks and put it.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Guys, you can be like Old Man River. Hit that membership tab down below and become a Pigskin Punter and get some free merch. We giving out some more hoodies next quarter, which was in March, right? So March, we'll get out some more hoodies. He said Super Bowl prediction, Seahawks 38, Patriots 17. Seattle is too much defense. We're not going to talk about Super Bowl predictions till next week. We're going to dive deep into Super Bowl next week. But right now, we need to talk a little bit about Pro Bowl. Bruins Broad says best defense, second best defense, third best defense, and the fifth best defense we all beat. You did. What, the Chargers were a top 5 defense? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Maybe in the playoffs, I guess they were a top 5 defense. I don't know. Maybe. Pats have a little bit better defense than the Patriots. The Pats have a... I think you mean the Seahawks have a little bit better defense than the Pats. Seattle only has Jackson Smith-Njigba, and I think it won't be a blowout. Definitely won't be a blowout. It's going to be a defensive matchup. 10-7 is the final score. Sam Darnold shits the bed. But guys, let's talk about the Pro Bowl. 6-7. Sound like my 5-year-old, Francis. My bad. But guys, the Pro Bowl, I want to say the quiet part out loud. Gather in. I'm going to say it. The NFL Pro Bowl is a complete joke. It has zero meaning, zero edge, zero reason for fans to care. At this point, it's not even an all-star game. It's a vacation with jerseys. And today's news proves my point 100%. Guys, Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders is being added to the Pro Bowl game roster, replacing Drake Maye, whose Patriots are heading to Super Bowl 60. Now, let's give credit where credit is due. I'm not saying Shedeur Sanders is a bad player. I'm not saying Shedeur Sanders is a bust. I'm not calling Shedeur Sanders great by any stretch of the matter, but congratulations to him. Truly, it is a cool moment. A rookie being named to the Pro Bowl. Congratulations. Very few rookies get to do that. But let's be honest about how this actually tells us. Because Shedeur Sanders was 144th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. He started 7 games. He completed 56% of his passes, threw 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, and the Browns went 3-4 in those games. That's not a Pro Bowl resume. That's an emergency replacement resume. That is a flat-out embarrassment. Flat-out embarrassment. And before anybody wants to jump into the comments, this isn't about hating on Shedeur. This is about how broken the Pro Bowl has become. Drake Maye can't play because he's in the Super Bowl. Josh Allen and Justin Herbert are banged up. Mahomes, Daniel Jones, Bo Nix, all out. Trevor Lawrence, he opts out. So what happens? We keep digging deeper and deeper into the alternate list until the Pro Bowler becomes a participation ribbon at the end of the day. This is year 4 of the Pro Bowl game, skill challenge, flag football, celebrity vibes. No intensity, no stakes, no meaning. Guys, here is the reality. The plus players don't want to be there. The ones who are there are worried about injuries, and fans know it. When the league had to eliminate full contact football from its own All-Star game, this was the moment Pro Bowl became a lost soul. It's not the player's fault. Hell, it's not even the coach's fault. The format is broken. But guys, let me tell you how to fix the Pro Bowl. Let me tell you how to make the Pro Bowl a must-see TV aspect. I want my stars there. I want Josh Allen. I want Drake Maye. I want Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. The list goes on and on. I want those top guys. This is how you fix the Pro Bowl. We eliminate it at the end of the season. We make the Pro Bowl at the start of the season. Instead of the Hall of Fame game, the Chicago Bears versus the Cleveland Browns, which nobody's going to watch anyways, make that the Pro Bowl. You have Hall of Famers getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. You have potential future Hall of Famers playing in front of those Hall of Famers at the Hall of Fame game. That is exactly how you fix this Pro Bowl. Take it away from the end of the season, put it at the beginning of the season. yes, somebody might get a sprained ankle, a hurt shoulder, or whatever. You have 5 weeks to heal yourself after that. And it's not like you're going to be playing a whole game anyways. Maybe a 3 or 4 series is there, right? Expand the roster. Every player can play 4 series tops. That is how you fix the Pro Bowl. Because right now, the Pro Bowl is a complete joke. If the NFL ever wants for me to care again about this situation, guys, turn it into a preseason football game. Like I said, Hall of Famers on the sidelines, Hall of Famers involved in the week, and pair them up with the NFL's best current players. You got legends, you got stars, you got real football energy without risking the season. It is a win-win. And if you want to take it one step further, how about June or July? We need NFL football in June and July. Hype up the Pro Bowl. Guys, this year's Pro Bowl games are in San Francisco. Flag football coached by Jerry Rice and Steve Young. 2 legends with 0 physical football. But Man Our Nation, let me ask you this question. Is the Pro Bowl broken? And how can you fix it? That's just what I want to know. Are you going to watch the Pro Bowl? I'm not. Stupid. Wasting my time. 100%. Electoral Registration says the Pro Bowl has become the high school popularity contest. Boring. And it's not even the high school popularity contest. Because think about this. If it is a popularity contest and your homecoming king, Josh Allen, says, nah. Your runner-up, Drake Maye, says, thanks, but no thanks. I mean, granted, he can't go because he's a Super Bowl, but let's just say he says no. Trevor Lawrence is like, sorry. Patrick Mahomes is injured. Daniel Jones is obviously still injured, so you're down to 5. Who else said no? Probably Joe Flacco said no. Joe Burrow said no. You're down at number 10. It's not even popular. You're like you are like the king of the special ed. Like at this point, like what? It's just terrible. Oh my God. Bruin Prod says, by the way, Kristen Gonzalez will be covering Jackson Smith the Jigba. I think Kristen is a stud, especially in the good weather. We'll see. We'll be talking about that all next week. Bruins Prod says they don't want them to get injured, especially before the Super Bowl, idiot. I'm not saying you're wrong, idiot. But I'm saying how you fix it is move the Pro Bowl. Make it into a preseason game. Put it in July. Hell, when I was in high school, I played in the Shrine Bowl. When was the Shrine Bowl? It was in June. Middle of summer, 115 degrees outside, June. That place was still packed. Electro says, give me a legends versus current for the Pro Bowlers. Give them old guys some fun and get back in the game. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Let's have a Legends Pro Bowl. Right? Instead of current NFL players, let's say if you were in the league for the last 15 years, bada bing, bada boom, you can be into the ballot, and then us fans vote you in. How cool would it be to see Jerry Rice and Steve Young catching the ball again? Granted, flag football. Let's just play flag, right? Because we don't want some old heads breaking hips. But think about that. We got Tony Romo thrown at the Terrell Owens and Steve Young versus Jerry. Right? That would be fun to watch. Electoral Restoration, I knew I liked you for a reason. Granted, you are a Cowboys fan, and I'm a Cowboys fan. We see eye to eye, right? But at the same time, that would make sense. Maybe not legends versus current Pro Bowlers, but like legends versus legends. And then you can mix and match them. I think you're onto something there. I like that. And Bruins Prize 100%, I think it should be after the Super Bowl. I agree. Maybe even give them a couple week break, right? I mean, if the Super Bowl is February 8th, maybe first weekend of March, we go down to Hawaii again or Miami or Cancun and have it. Yes, after the Super Bowl. Bruins Pro says, who are you rooting for the Super Bowl? Big question. Please say the Patriots. My brother, Jackson Smith, the Jaguar fans are gay. You'll know next week. You will know next Friday who I am picking in the Super Bowl. Old Man River says the Pro Bowl was played a week after the Super Bowl. They changed it. No, I think it's always been the week before the Super Bowl, hasn't it? As far as I mean, since they went to 16 games, which was when I was born in 87, and 16 games have been playing since 76, right? Old Man River was probably 50 when they went to 16 games. So if they did it after the Super Bowl back in the day, then yeah, definitely do it. And to be fair, the NFL is $1 billion corporation. Make it a little bit more incentive to play. If you play the game, you get, say, $2 million. $2 million. Then if you win the game, let's say you win $10 million. Put that on a 50-man roster, $10 million. That's what's, I mean, granted, that's like $500 million. But they can afford that. Come on, man. Bruins Pro says, I honestly think the NFL will look at his stats and to say that Stafford is easy pick for the MVP. And the MVP because I 100% think Drake Maye is more valuable. Bruins Pro, you're going to make me do this, aren't you? You are going to make me do this today. Because all season, matter of fact, let me cross my arms because I am very disappointed in this right now. I'm going to talk about this right now. Because every postseason game, every time Drake Maye made a halfway decent play, a 3-yard scramble, a 5-yard slant, something. MVP, shut up. Any quarterback would have been successful for the New England Patriots this season. New England Patriots are set up as game managers this season. They have a great defense. They have a great running back core. They have nice possession wide receivers. Drake Maye just didn't have to suck. All postseason, Drake Maye sucked. All postseason, Drake Maye sucked, Bruins Prod. Now, we are going to talk about this in Overreaction Tuesday. But I'm telling you this. Drake Maye sucked all postseason. And if you're going to tell me otherwise, you are a flat-out homer. Now, as far as MVP, most valuable player, anybody that is a halfway decent quarterback would have been successful in New England this season. Let's call a spade a spade. So that is not the most valuable position on the field. If you want to look at the Patriots as a whole, Spillane was the most valuable player for the New England Patriots. Without him, that defense suffered a little bit. We saw it in Denver. Now, obviously, playoff stats do not matter. It's all about regular season. And if you want a real MVP, it goes to potentially 3 people. Drake Maye is not one of them. It all comes down to Matthew Stafford. It all comes down to Trevor Lawrence. And then, you know who a wild card is? I'm going to throw out a name that's going to shock the world. You really want to know? Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I understand Jahmyr Gibbs isn't in the top 5 running. I understand that Matthew Stafford is in the top 5 running. I understand Trevor Lawrence is there, Drake Maye, and I forget the other 2. But the true MVP of the entire NFL is Trevor Lawrence. I love what Matthew Stafford did in LA. He had a career year, career yards, career touchdowns. Where would the Rams be without Matthew Stafford? Sitting at home well before they are now, right? Trevor Lawrence is the league MVP. He turned around the Jacksonville Jaguars overnight. Yes, I understand Drake Maye potentially did the same thing, right? But without Trevor Lawrence, the Jacksonville Jaguars are still a 3, 4, 5 win team at best. With him, 14-win team. You put Trevor Lawrence on the New England Patriots, same outcome, 14 wins. How about this? You put Lamar Jackson on the New England Patriots, still 14 wins. Take it one step further, Buck. Okay, you put J.J. McCarthy on the New England Patriots, still a 14-win team. You put Dak Prescott on there. You put Patrick Mahomes. You put Brock Purdy. The list goes on and hell. You put Kyler Murray on the New England Patriots. They're a 14-win team. Oh, one step further, even more, you put Jarrett Stidham on the New England Patriots, still a 14-win team. Now, I'm not trying to dog your man Drake Maye, right? I'm not trying to do that. But the fact of the matter is that he is not the MVP. He is not. It is Jahmyr Gibbs, Matthew Stafford, or Trevor Lawrence, and my nod's got to go to Trevor Lawrence. But, Buck, why are you saying Jahmyr Gibbs? Because Jahmyr Gibbs is the man, the myth, the legend in Detroit. Detroit Lions would not have been a 9-win team without Jahmyr Gibbs. If you want the true most valuable player, honestly, we can even take it one step further than that. Look at the defense. How is Myles Garrett not in the conversation? Come on, man. Come on. But let me ask you guys this question. Who do you think the league MVP is? Because Old Man River says it's Matthew Stafford, hands down. Hands down. Matthew Stafford is definitely a top 2 in the running. Honestly, you can give it to Matthew Stafford or Trevor Lawrence, and I wouldn't be mad at either one. I'm just saying. Bruins Prod says Drake Maye has the middest offense in the league. The team was down last year 4-13. And you are correct. The Patriots system sucked last season. But Mike Vrabel came in with a run-heavy, not-suck quarterback type of system, much like they have in San Francisco. We will see how good Drake Maye is next season when they play a first-place schedule. We'll see how good Drake Maye is if he can actually perform in the Super Bowl. Because the average NFL fan that has not watched the New England Patriots at all this season, which Bruins Prods, we'll be breaking a lot of the New England Patriots down next season because our pregame show is going to focus on the Patriots all season long just for you. The average fan is going to see Drake Maye putting up sub numbers all playoffs. The average NFL fan is going to see Drake Maye fumbling his life away through the first half of every NFL playoff series so far. Drake Maye is mid. He is mid. Bruins Prod says, made a statement so bad, even the gang bullied him. Talking about. I don't know what Will Campbell did. Bruins Prod says, did you forget that Rams have Puka and Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams? Did you forget that the Patriots have Hollis? They have Stephon Diggs. They have a 3-headed running back monster. Like, stop it. And Cooper Kupp plays with the Seahawks now. They have Puka and Devontae Adams, and they have Kyron Williams. The Patriots have Stephon Diggs. They have Hollis. They got Travion Henderson. They have Stevenson. Come on, man. Come on. Electro Rusher says, as a Cowboys fan, I say Dak is the MVP. As a realistic person, Stafford is my pick. And honestly, I would not get mad at Dak for MVP votes either. Because realistically, where would the Cowboys be without Dak this season? They would be like the Patriots from 2024, 4-13 at best. At best.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
I'm not trying to be funny, John. Well, I mean, I'm trying to be funny. Like I'm trying to keep it lighthearted. But the fact of the matter is that any quarterback would have been done, would have won 13, 14 games with the New England Patriots. Matter of fact, I'm going to take it one step further, Bruins Prod. Just for you. Just because we are breaking down your New England Patriots all 2026 NFL season every Sunday morning at 10:30 East Coast time. We'll be breaking down their matchup, film breakdown, yada, yada, yada. For your New England Patriots Bruins prod, I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to say if you put any other starting quarterback in the NFL on the New England Patriots this season, they're a 15-win team. Regular season. They would have been one game better. That is Jacoby Brissett, Dak Prescott, turnover CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Quinn Ewers. Come on, anybody would have been 15 wins. That's just the way it is. Bruins process, I think you could say anyone could do a good pass next season after we sign stars. See, and Bruins prod, this is where I think you are wrong. I think Mike Vrabel is going to pull a Bill Belichick, and you will sign these stars, air quotes there, that are aging stars, you know? Somebody like a Hollywood Brown, Juju, some say Devontae Adams is aging. I think he's 34 years old, right? Who else is aging? Maybe like a Cooper Kupp, right? And they're going to have one good year in New England, and the turnover, bring in the next old batch, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. It's the Bill Belichick mindset now with Mike Vrabel, and you know what? I would love for the New England Patriots to have the conversation. I would love the New England Patriots to have the conversation. Is it Mike Vrabel or is it Drake Maye? Oh, I mean, in 20 years down the road, 15 years down the road, we'd love to have that conversation. It would be awesome. And he says, bring in Justin Jefferson. And honestly, they have the draft capital. They have the money. Why not? Why not to see if the Vikings are willing to part with the ways with it, right? The Vikings need a quarterback. You want to see how good Drake Maye is? Do you really want to see how good Drake Maye is? Send him to Arizona. Send him to Arizona and see how good he is. and John says, whoa, slow it down. Let's slow it down, baby. Jared Goff to the New England Patriots, a 14-1 quarterback, I call BS. And John, you are wrong. You want to know why you're wrong? Because Jared Goff is a game-managing quarterback. Not a bad term. Drake Maye is a game-managing quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is a game-managing quarterback. Bo Nix, game-managing quarterback. Brock Purdy, game-managing quarterback. Some other names out there are game-managing quarterbacks, right, that are pretty good. I guess that's about it. Jared Goff would be a perfect quarterback in New England. You hand the ball off 30 times a game, nickel and dime it down the field, let your defense shut out the other team, and once in a blue moon, you air it out 30, 40, 50 yards down the field to Boutier. I know I'm saying his name wrong. I'm doing it on purpose. I just love Boutier. That sounds cool. You air it out to him one time a game. Jared Goff will fit that system perfectly. Bruins Pro says, believe me, Stephon is the only one that close to matching up to Rams team. Matt Collins didn't do shit before his energy. And Devontae Adams did what for the Rams? Yes, he caught a career-high touchdown passes, but beyond that, what did he do? Like, legit, what did Devontae Adams do for the LA Rams this season? Besides catching touchdowns, 1 yard, go to the back pylon, fade routes. Beyond that, what did Devontae do? The Patriots offense and the Rams offense are kind of married as one. Receiving cores, you can toss up. Running backs, I give it to the Patriots. Offensive line, toss it up. Quarterback play, obviously to the Rams. Come on. Electro Rich says, air ball protection. Alvin Kamara will get signed to the Patriots as a star player. And then all of a sudden, Alvin Kamara rushes for 2,000 yards. 3,500 all-purpose yards again. That's probably what's going to happen. Bruins Pro says Jared Goff has a better offense than the Rams, and he didn't even make the playoffs. Because Jared Goff was asked to do way too much this season. That's why. Bruins Pro says the touchdowns in running games simple. Pats running backs can't catch. I'm not saying they can't catch. Matter of fact, I would take the Patriots running core over Kyron Williams. Now, head-to-head, I'm taking Kyron Williams every time. Better than Rashawn Stevenson, Henderson, and I forget the other guy's name. But those three guys to one, Kyron, give me the three every time. Like, what are you talking about? And here we go with the Lions fan. Lions/Raiders/Chiefs/Cowboys fan, I mean. Oh, man, River says Kamara and Gibbs will be a perfect backfield. No, he won't. No, he won't. I'm pretty sure Alvin Kamara cannot share the ball. Couldn't. Got time for Overreaction Tuesday.
It's Tuesday morning, the coffee's hot. Hot takes flying like a last-minute shot. They say he's washed, they say he's gold. Every week's a legend or a story untold. He's the GOAT, no, he's a fraud. A single play, they applaud or applaud. Overreaction Tuesday. Big swings, small plays. One snap changes fate. Overreaction Tuesday. The crowd or the gate, no middle, just debate. The rookies that came, but that's a bust. Last week's Sagan left in the dust. Whispers grow into roars. One touchdown's a headline war.
All right, guys, so it is time for Overreaction Tuesday. Those are not new here. Overreaction, guys, is very, very simple. We put out a bold statement. I'm just no fluff, no BS. It's me saying this is the facts. Then it's up to you guys to decide, is it an overreaction? Whoa, slow it down, Buck. Or you know what, Buck, you're actually spot on. But, guys, it is time for Overreaction Tuesday, and let's start off at the very top. And the first Overreaction Tuesday on this worst one, guys, is Lamar Jackson. Guys, it is Overreaction Tuesday, and tonight we're talking about one of the biggest names and the biggest pressure points in the NFL. Guys, it's an overreaction to say that Lamar Jackson has 1 year to prove his worth in Baltimore. Chat, I want you on this one early. Do you think Lamar is officially on the clock in Baltimore? Yes or no? Drop your takes in the comments right now. Now let's get into it. Guys, this conversation starts with one massive change. The Ravens fired John Harbaugh earlier this month. That alone tells you everything that you need to know. Baltimore does not make emotional moves. They make calculated ones. And now that they've handed the keys to Jesse Minter, a new head coach, a new voice, a new vision, when a franchise changes to head coaches but keeps quarterback, the pressure does not disappear. It simply shifts. And now it sits squarely on Lamar Jackson. Excuse me. Let's be clear about this one. The Ravens are not rebuilding. They're not retooling. They are ready to win now. The defense doesn't suck. The offense is still pretty good. The roster is deep, and the expectations are real. This team is built to compete for the AFC each and every season, which means excuses are gone. When the roster is good and the results fall short, the quarterback always becomes the focal point. Lamar Jackson is a former MVP. His talent is undeniable. His ceiling is as high as anyone in the league. But there's a pattern when people do not want to talk about. When the Ravens are rolling, Lamar is on the field. When the Ravens hit adversity, Lamar tends to miss time. Whether it's injuries, late season absences, or postseason uncertainty, fail or not, availability is a part of the evaluation. And in the league where quarterbacks are paid to be a stabilizer, missing games during crucial stretches matters. Jesse Minter did not come to Baltimore to babysit uncertainty. He came to win. This organization believes that life with Lamar is better than life without Lamar, but belief has limits. A new coach brings in evaluation time, a fresh lens, a clear slate. And if this season ends with another early exit or a stretch without Lamar when the games matter most, the questions will get loud, very loud. So guys, no, I do not think this is an overreaction. Saying Lamar Jackson has 1 year to prove it, his worth in Baltimore, is completely fair. Not because he lacks talent, not because he's a bad quarterback, because the Ravens are ready right now. The coach is new, and the patience is thinner than it's ever been. This is a prove it year. Prove you can stay healthy. Prove you can lead through adversity. Prove you can finish the season. If Lamar delivers, Baltimore commits long time without hesitation. If he doesn't, this franchise will ask the question if it never wanted to ask. But Man Hour Nation, do you think Lamar Jackson proves it this year, or do you think this is beginning of the end of him in Baltimore? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Maximus in the chat. What's up, Maximus? He says, I don't think it's too far of a stretch to say Lamar gets traded. The Super Bowl promise he made has never happened and is getting further and further away. He won't get Baltimore what they want. I agree. I think Lamar Jackson has been the reason, not the reason, but one of the reasons why the Ravens have not won an AFC Championship game, have not gone to the Super Bowl. Now, I do think that John Harbaugh play calling was another part of those situations. Because let's flash back 2 seasons ago, Ravens versus Chiefs. You have Derrick Henry coming off a 2,000-yard season, averaging 25 carries a game. Ridiculous. And then you throw the ball 40 times versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Derrick Henry touches the ball 3 times. Now, granted, Greg Roman's now gone. But I do think when times get tough in Baltimore, 0-3 start, for example, injuries, air quotes there, creep up on Lamar Jackson. Now, I'm no doctor. I'm not an RN. I'm not a PA. These are just my eyes telling me that when things do not go Lamar Jackson's way, he always has a hamstring injury. When things don't go Lamar Jackson's way, he has a quad injury. When things don't go Lamar Jackson's way, he has a back injury. Think about this. The Ravens needed to win 2 of their last 4 to make the playoffs. That's all they had to do. Win 2 of their last 4. Lamar Jackson plays 1 of those games. Why? You are fighting for your playoff lives and you get hit in the back, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't play for 5 weeks. Like, what? Come on, man. Electro Restoration says if Baltimore is that aggressive, who would they go for in the next draft? I think he goes 1 more and then a year or 2 or 3, then your crappy years. Now, obviously, we don't know what the 2027 NFL draft is going to look like. You are going to have quarterbacks that explode, that have come from a Division II Ferris State and go to Ole Miss, right? And what is that guy's name? But he is going to be I think he will be a great quarterback in the NFL. People are still banking on Arch Manning being a great quarterback in the NFL. He will probably come out next season. Actually, he should come out next season. He'll be a senior, right? There are going to be quarterbacks that are going to explode. So we don't know. But looking at the Jesse Mittner play calling from the Los Angeles Chargers last season, why not get a pocket quarterback? Why not get a Tua? I see my man Arthur Brown in there. He said he will be a Dolphin. Why not trade Tua for Lamar? Tua is a pocket passer. Why not look into a potential Mac Jones? Why not look into somebody that is a pocket quarterback? You have Derrick Henry. Use him. I think with Lamar Jackson on the field, you kind of forget about Derrick Henry, right? Now, granted, he had that 2,000-yard season in his first year there, whatever, yada. I get it. What happened last season? When Lamar was in there, Derrick Henry did not touch the ball in the fourth quarter, ever. It just seems silly. John People says, Baltimore, if Jackson leaves, they crash and burn. Why? Why did they crash and burn without Lamar Jackson? John, you're a pig sim pundit. Where's that at? Where's that at? My bad.
Skin pun. Get you some.
On Man Hour, many, many times, when it first started back in 2022, hell, even this year, I said when Snoop Huntley is playing for the Baltimore Ravens, that team looks better, looks more polished, looks more fundamentally sound, looks a hell of a lot better play calling. Think about this. The Dallas Cowboys, about 3 years ago now too, right, when Dak Prescott went down. Beginning part of the season, I believe it was a hamstring. Electoral restorations, correct me if I'm wrong. Cooper Rush came in there. Cowboys were not doing all that great with Dak. Just wasn't happening. Cooper Rush came in there. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles at Philadelphia. I think it was on Monday Night Football, actually. They beat a really good Giants team. Like at the time, that was the year that Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year. The Giants made it to the playoffs that particular season. And I think they beat somebody else. I think Cooper Rush went 3-0, maybe 3-1. Why? Because play calling got better, preparation got better. You didn't rely on a quarterback to bail you out of bad coaching situations. Think about this year. Houston Texans. I saw Maximus and here, your Houston Texans. Houston Texans were 0-3. CJ Stroud was trying to play this hero ball. Boosh. Right? CJ Stroud goes down. Insert Davis Mills. Play calling got better. You relied on your defense. You prepared better. All of a sudden, the Houston Texans made it to the playoffs, won a playoff game, and they lost in the divisional round again. I believe they're 0-7 now as a team collectively in divisional round. But still, when you rely so heavy on a quarterback to bail you out of bad coaching situations like the Ravens do, like the Bengals do, like the Dallas Cowboys do, addition by subtraction. Electoral says, Arthur Brown, I think Quinn Ewers could break out this upcoming season. I don't think Quinn Ewers is on the roster for the Miami Dolphins next season. And Bruin Price says, Tua for Lamar is funny. Why is it funny? Now, I'm not saying straight swap by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, it would probably have to be a straight swap. Because the Miami Dolphins are in cap hell with Tua. The Ravens are in cap hell with Lamar. So why not do a straight swap? Completely change the culture for both teams. This reminds me of the Stephon Diggs, Vikings, and Buffalo Bills trade. Both of them were like, start doing like this. Just saying. Electoration says Madden disapproved the Tua for Lamar trade. Why, though? Like, legitimately, why? John People says he has firepower. Lamar Jackson does have firepower. Now, I have been deemed this Lamar Jackson hater. I'm not a hater. I just call him out on his BS. I call his fans out on his BS, right? Because everybody knows those Ravens fans. I forget the guy's name on our Facebook page. Literally hangs from Lamar's nuts. Everything I post on there is like, well, Lamar would have done this. Lamar would have done that. So, Lamar Jackson is an incredible athlete. He is very, very fun to watch. He is the best athlete on the field, no doubt about it. But he's not the best quarterback on the field. He can make the long throws, but he can't make the short intermediate throws. He doesn't run RPO very, very well. He scrambles well and throws the ball deep well. That's about it. So if you call that firepower, all funny to you. Mr. 312 boy, what's up, man? He says, questioning Lamar's injuries and first quarterback out of your mouth is Tua? So Tua has had legit injuries, Mr. 312 boy. Yes, Tua has been knocked out with the right? But do we see Tua faking a back injury? Do we see Tua faking a hamstring or a quad injury or an ingrown toenail or a cut on his finger? How many practices did Lamar Jackson miss this season because of personal reasons? I can count 15 in the last 3 months. Tua, 0. Now, I'm not saying Tua is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying Tua is a top 10 quarterback. He has the potential to be a top 10 quarterback. No doubt about it. But ever since he's got his tattoos, he has just not been performing well. Whether it's a Tyreek Hill issue, whether it's a Mike McDaniel issue, whether it's just need to go to a new place issue. Who knows? Maybe you make this trade. Tua to Baltimore, Lamar to Miami. Say this trade happens. Teams currently as constructed right now, it would not shock me one bit if you see both of them in the AFC Championship game next season. Over the Patriots, over the Chiefs, over the Broncos, over the Chargers, over the Buffalo Bills. I'm just saying. Electoral Registration says all your info is correct. We thought Cooper was going to save us, then Cooper went to the Ravens. Yeah, that's tough. And then the Ravens thought Cooper was going to save him. And Bruin says, because Tua is ass. No fluff about it. Tua is ass. John People says, what is Tua's record in below 50-degree games? Fair. But when you practice in it, you play in it, you get used to it. Right? Just like today. Today here in southern Indiana, it was 20 degrees outside. You thought it was a heat wave because we got used to that -3-degree crap. You just get used to it. You just get used to it, baby. But guys, we got more overreaction, but we are going to cut today's show. We're at our 1 hour time limit. Till then, guys, we'll see you next time. We'll talk about Drake, Maye, and Sam Darnold tomorrow. Until then, we out.
Hey, now it's time to take off. Gotta keep it live and raw. Better stay tuned in. Man, our NFL talk. I know that you're ready for more. They on the field, ready for war. Who's in the lead? I'm checking the score. We about to do it like never before. NFL live, uncut, raw. This is Man Hour. NFL.